If you're watching Tokyo Ghoul and someone told you the manga's better, or whatever friend that's telling you to check out Jujutsu Kaisen's manga right now because it's on a tear, please, I'm begging you, don't pick up that manga novel that you saw in your local Barnes & Nobles. Don't search for that free online Berserk website. And do not scroll on Twitter just to see a thread of One Punch Man anime versus manga differences that really makes you think about reading the manga. Don't you dare read that manga. Manga and mangaka are some of God's greatest gifts to the planet Earth, and without them, the things we love today wouldn't exist. But understand this, the world of manga is a depressing, unreliable, dark universe that traps you in with alluring bait and never lets you go. Am I being a little dramatic? No, I could not be more serious. Manga will ruin you. My anime experience over the past 10 years has been blissful, to say the least. I feel like I hear anime watchers all the time talk about how they suffer from burnout, that watching anime just isn't the same anymore. And maybe I just haven't gotten to that stage yet, but for me, it feels like there's so much anime out there that I've yet to watch. So many stories that I haven't experienced yet. Maybe it's the joy of searching and finding that one anime in the trash heap of hundreds that you'll remember forever. Or maybe you're watching anime like a Dark Souls playthrough and you feel like you just have to find and defeat every single boss. Because if you don't, can you really say that you played the game? For me, anime is a fusion of the two.
Combination.
Where the most unsuspecting anime, where I have zero expectations, are the ones that I sometimes find the most enjoyment from, like Odd Taxi. And at the same time, there was a point in my anime journey where I was basically collecting shows like Pokemon. Feeling like as an anime watcher, there was a necessity for me to watch all the popular anime that were already known. Some sort of weird sense of FOMO, I guess. But no matter how I watched anime, in the end, one thing was clear. The fact that this was my favorite form of media that I'd ever consumed. And so, I continued down my anime journey fearlessly, valiantly braving my chest, moving forward, until one cataclysmic event changed my anime watching experience forever. That event was the passing of Kentaro Miura. Honestly, the gravity of his passing hadn't really hit me as much as it did most others in the community of anime and manga. And that's mainly because I hadn't read the manga. Actually, I had never read any manga at all. I mean, I've read a chapter or two here and there, but I'd never completely finished a single manga in my life. So I felt that if there was any time to start reading manga, it'd be best to do it then, so that I can actually get a feeling for why this was such an incredible loss for the manga community. And, well, it was spectacular. Writing this script now just gives me chills thinking about it. I don't know if any of you read Harry Potter growing up, or read any of Rick Riordan's series, I'm Number 4, Ready Player One, etc. But when reading those books as a child, the stories told on those pages almost transported me into an entirely different realm of pure fantasy, where it was just me and the story that's being conveyed. It's actually insane what powers words have. Well, reading Berserk is basically the adult version of that. But instead of words, it's pictures, which is a crazy juxtaposition, basically being an adult picture book. No, not that kind. But in that moment, I understood. I understood that what Kentaro Miura did in that manga was so influential and so unique that it's just something that had to be celebrated. And not just that, I finally saw the true vision of manga. That there was so much I was missing by just sticking to the world of anime. And so I dipped my toes into the new and fresh scene of manga for the first time. At first, I was reading some of my favorite animes manga like Bleach and One Piece, and then expanding more and more to the point where I wouldn't even bother watching anime anymore. Kind of to my point earlier, how there were so many popular anime that I felt like I had to watch them to become a true anime watcher. It was the same way with manga, where I felt kind of overwhelmed by the sheer amount of manga that was presented to me. Which brings me to the point of this video. Don't do what I did. Do not start reading manga. Well, I guess that's the basic concept. You may be thinking that I'm insane saying that after basically glazing how great mangakas and their works are and how it teleported me into a new world, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's great, but while the pros of manga are out in the open, the cons are like snakes in the grass, waiting to take a bite at you as soon as you step your toes in their blades. First off, manga is probably one of the easiest forms of media to consume. It's a picture book, most of them having minimum words depending on the genre, and are usually 20 chapters long that can be read in about 3 minutes, unless it's a bohemian of a manga like Berserk. Why would I go out of my way to start a brand new anime that's 24 episodes long, that'll probably take me about 3 to 5 days to finish, when I could just start a new manga, that of which I can binge read in a matter of a day or two max? And so that's what I began doing. I began to neglect my anime watching and became purely a manga demon because it was just more efficient. And as I was in this process, my manga began to overlap with shows that are currently ongoing, episodes that are coming out right now. And I want you to make this decision for me. You're behind about 200 episodes on One Piece, which is a minimum of about 66 hours to catch up. So probably about 3 weeks in total. And then you realize, if I just binge read the manga, I can catch up and actually pass where they are in the anime in the same amount of time it'd take me to watch those episodes. So that's where I am right now. Currently at Sky happier. And so right now, I feel like I'm in this continuous trap where I don't really need to watch any anime because I can just read the manga instead. And of course, there are exceptions like Jujutsu Kaisen, which has animation that transcends barriers. But for the most part, I just end up reading the manga. And even with the exceptions like Jujutsu Kaisen, I end up reading the manga anyway because I don't feel like waiting for a new season in 2 years. And I did this before Shibuya, like right after the hidden inventory arc. So I know what every fight would be before they came. Yeah, I still enjoyed the fuck out of the episodes, but would I have enjoyed it more if I didn't know what was going to happen? And honestly, there's something there in anime that manga can never replicate. Maybe it's a feeling of nostalgia and how I started with anime, or just the fact that I think animation is the better medium of storytelling compared to static manga panels. Because if I had all the time in the world, I would choose to watch those 200 episodes of One Piece over the manga. But the problem is that I don't have that much time. So instead, I guess I'll just keep on reading the manga. By the way, this is no way of me saying that manga aren't good. I fucking love looking at well thought out, detailed panels. I think both concepts of media, anime and manga alike, are perfectly fine. So yeah, don't start reading manga, or nigga, I don't know, maybe just read manga that aren't currently ongoing. But at the same time, read Berserk. I know you'll love it. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below how you feel about manga versus anime. And with that, peace out.